Oh, feels nice. Feels nice. Somebody was sending me some hearts. I appreciate hearts early and often. Great lighting. Oh, I appreciate that. Are you talking now? Hello, Robert Patrick. Hello, RJ. Hello, Ray. Thank you for sharing the live, RJ. Was wondering if you'd find me here today. Wasn't sure if I'd committed to my alternating live strategy, which I don't know if it's really a strategy. A strategy sounds well thought out. While alternating between social media platforms, certainly, maybe it's well thought out. Maybe I don't just give myself enough credit for anything. Maybe I don't give myself enough credit for anything. And maybe I just like to test out my thoughts. And I'm willing to test out my thoughts of life and social media and content creation and coffee flavors and all sorts of things. So maybe it is a strategy. Maybe I'm a heck of a lot smarter than I think. Billy Jenk, are you still on your own, brother? I don't know what you mean by that exactly. There's nobody else with me. Hello. 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 I think I must still be on my own. I don't see anybody else around. Hey, T. Lee. And somebody else followed the live creator. Hello, Robert Patrick. How are you? I appreciate you guys following the live. I appreciate you following the creator on this platform. That's one thing that's fun about going live on TikTok is TikTok, despite its flaws, and we all have flaws, so maybe I should cut it some slack. They have the capability, it seems, of putting you in front of a large audience. And I think there's a lot of potential there. Maybe like all of us. A lot of potential if we give it love and encourage it and give it sunshine. Maybe my TikTok platform will grow into something beautiful. Robert says it's 100 days until Thanksgiving. Well, Thanksgiving's one of my favorite holidays. You sit around, you eat a lot of food. You get pumpkin pie. There's usually more pumpkin pie than one can eat. There's a lot to love about that. You're hanging out with family. You're watching football if you're into that. For most of my Thanksgiving, it was or at least half of my Thanksgivings probably was a beer drinking day where I'd sit around and drink beer and watch football and then eat a lot of food. Yeah. Robert says he sets goals from now until then. Well, that sounds like a good use of those 100 days, Robert Patrick. And RJ wants to know if Labor Day is still enjoyable. I don't know. I don't know if Labor Day was ever that exciting of a holiday. It's, to me, I know bigger meanings than this, but to me, the first thing that jumps out at me about Labor Day is the end of summer and that the pools close. And, I love fall. I love the passing of the torch. I love seasons. I love changing colors. I love things like that. So I guess I could like it a lot. I'm getting a lot of pie questions, so I might as well answer them. I'm over here on TikTok to have a little different experience. I'm seeing people with different sort of questions. Dave Mason wants to ask, I don't know if he's asking or just saying pecan pie is greater than pumpkin pie. And if he's saying it, he's crazy. And if he's asking it, no, of course not. Pumpkin pie is awesome. Is awesome. And is way better than pecan pie. Schweltzer's, people like pumpkin pie and eat it for fun and not because of tradition. I don't know what you mean by that question, but I would eat pumpkin pie for fun or for tradition. And if I had a huge vat of Cool Whip, oh, I just tell you, there's nothing better. I think I prefer it cold. I think that I like it out of the fridge the following morning. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful dessert. It's not too sweet, but it's sweet enough. And it's kind of melty, creamy, made with love. Even if you buy the one at Costco that's huge, you still like to think it's made with love. And again, it's a good excuse to pour a lot of whipped cream on something. Yeah. Boy, we're way ahead of ourselves. We're into late November. We're into late November. It reminds me of cold mashed sweet potatoes in a shell, says Dia. I mean, there's sweet potato pie, which is very close to pumpkin pie, which pretty much is cold mashed sweet potatoes in a shell with various other ingredients, I'm sure. Yeah. But anyway, good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. This is a little show I have been doing. I am telling you. I mean, I remember thinking I started saying, I always start my show pretty much the same, so I'm not very original. I actually have a viewer named Not Original, by the way. But that's neither here nor there. This is a show I've been doing for quite some time. And I think I started saying I've been doing this show for quite some time when it was about 2 years old. And now we're past 5 years. We're past 5 years. I've been going live on one platform or other, drinking coffee with viewers for over 5 years. I don't know if that's a sign of grit or determination or lunacy. But either way, I probably got a little bit of a little bit of each. But anyway, it's a show I've been doing for quite some time. It's a show about me talking. It's a show about me sharing some feelings, some ups and downs we have in life. Sharing a little bit of the journey that is one man's path through life. But for those that have been watching a while, you know it's more than just a show about me talking. It's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And I'm pretty excited about this coffee this morning. I think a lot of you guys are going to be disappointed. I think a lot of you guys are going to be disappointed. Because yesterday, I had the smoked butterscotch coffee. Apparently a seasonal coffee that Starbucks creates that I bought 2 bags, or a bag of this and a bag of the smoked butterscotch. Because it was on sale, buy 2 for like $15. I like good values. And I enjoyed the smoked butterscotch. Yes, I did. But while I was sipping it, I was going, this is pretty good. But it's not my favorite coffee. My favorite coffee lurks in this cup. And with that in mind, I am very, good morning, Kelly R. Excited to have my first sip. My hope is wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you have a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Oh, yeah. We had a good conversation this morning before this sip, a very topical conversation. Thank you for sharing the live, Robert Patrick. And if there's anybody new out there, please follow my page. Somebody sent me a long message the other day. I get a lot of messages from people I honestly don't really know well, but I appreciate most of them. Most of them are loving intent and trying to offer guidance and tips and this and that. This isn't really a show about me asking for tips or guidance or anything, but whatever. Some people come up with good ideas and they say that all the big content creators they watch often will say, hey, please follow my show. And they don't think I do it enough. So, Dia at Schweitzer's, thank you for following the live creator. I appreciate you. I'm hoping you find my content somewhat worthwhile. I post a lot of videos ranging on a lot of topics. Sometimes they're silly. Sometimes I think they're dangerously close to inspirational. I think oftentimes they come out that way. I mean, I post them. I edit them. I usually know what their intent is. And sometimes during one of these live broadcasts, a few words happen to spill out of my mouth in some order that makes sense and sounds good. And with the right music and just the right editing, really comes out quite beautifully. And I'm proud of some of my videos. I really am. So let's have a little more coffee. Oh, did I say the date? I don't even think I said the date. It's August 20th. It's 6:35 a.m. I am coming at you from Naperville, Illinois, a town of I'd say about 150,000. I think we might be just under it. We might be just over it, but either way, I'm not sure. Kathy, thank you so much for sharing the live. This is fun. And this is what's neat about TikTok. We got 50 people watching, which for a Tuesday morning, which is a work day for most. So I'm not working today. I was kind of almost a little bummed by that. And I was full of thoughts and said, hey, I better bring this up during my coffee show. I think work days, I think for people, and I talk about it a lot, I struggled with anxiety and some mental health issues. I've been bummed and sad and depressed at times through my life. And I think going to work and doing a job, even though it might not be very pleasurable, kind of gives us purpose and meaning that a lot of us seek out, even if we don't like what we're doing. And even if the only thing we're doing at work is watching our watches and waiting for 5 o'clock so we can get the heck out of there. I think, at least for me, I'm currently waiting tables. It's not what I thought I'd be doing, and it's not my long-term dream, but I'm fairly social. I'm pretty good at it. I'm going to get to that. Dia says, how do you stay this positive about a job we don't like even? I tell you, the only way, I think, to stay positive, because I was not positive 40 minutes ago. I wake up and I go, ugh, what time is it? Wish it was earlier. Wish I could get more sleep. Hello, Weebree. I wasn't positive 40 minutes ago. And I had to very purposefully go, okay, I'm never positive when I wake up. I'm always going, crap, I got to do this, I got to do that. Whatever I got to do means we all got to do it. And the only way that I've found, or the best way that I've found at least, is thinking of things you're grateful for. Thinking of things you're grateful for. And I laid there this morning, and I said, okay, well, I don't feel that good. I'm kind of tired. I'm not working today. I don't have a schedule, which you could be grateful for that. And that might have been one of the things I was grateful for. But I knocked out 5 things I was grateful for. And I forced myself to do it. And I will tell you what, it works. And I'm not here preaching or trying to sell you something. But I am telling you, for those that struggle with issues or are depressed or anxious or whatever, it's because your mind is trained to focus on negative crap. But I think you can retrain your brain to focus on positive stuff. And I'm going to keep going with Dia. She said she appreciates the honesty. She's going to go make a gratitude list. And they were talking about it at church this week, about making a gratitude list and journaling. For me, I've done that occasionally. But for me, what works best is just not getting out of bed till I think of 5 things I'm grateful for. And I guess if you like your visual and you want to write them down, write them down. But for me, it's usually more of an emergency than that. I'm having a hard time getting out of bed. Going to get my journal is just one more thing I don't want to do. So I lay there, and between the mental struggles and the tug of war that is going on in my brain, I go, okay, well, thank you, God, for this comfortable bed. And I kind of sit there for a second and go, well, these pillows are nice and soft, too. Thank you for them. I saw my daughter go off to college yesterday. Thank you for my beautiful girl, Erin. Thank you for my 2 little ones and my 4th child, Morgie. And then I'm sitting there, and I usually think, thank you for the sunrise or the sleep I got or the strength in my body. And then I go, what else am I thankful for? And I go, oh, I am thankful for coffee. And it's a great way. I tell you what, ending your list with thankful for coffee really gets you going. Because then you go, I've got a mission. I now have purpose. I'm going to my coffee maker and start the coffee. Then I'm going to do a few stretches and go to the washroom and charge my phone. And in about 10 minutes, I'm going to go live on a social media platform. Thank you for following the live creator, Pebbles. Good morning, Lynn. Is my bear there too? My bear is not here. Just me. Just me asked if my bear is here. And I don't remember Just Me, but I appreciate their name. It's simple. I've done videos about me and my teddy bear. I have a teddy bear. I think my son, I have a beautiful little boy, Augie, who's 3.5, might have it in his room. And if he does, I don't know. It's a good place for him to be because it's a well-loved bear. And my daughters bought it for me many years ago. And I brought it with me and slept with it. Honestly, didn't bring it with me to and back from Yellowstone this summer. So my bear is not here with me. I hope Augie cuddles with it every night. He's a sweet little nugget of love. If I'm not cuddling with my bear, it's nice to think Augie is. Ruth, thank you for following the live creator. I really do appreciate that. And again, that's what's one of the fun things about TikTok. I don't know, they have a way of putting you in front of a good-sized audience and new people and kind of mixing up the conversation a little bit. I've been alternating between this and a different social media platform. And while it's nice having a bunch of names I know and people I'm familiar with hop on my live show and see you guys saying good morning to each other and what have you, it's nice getting some fresh blood a little bit, keeping the conversation fun and what have you. So I hope you guys are enjoying your coffee, because I sure as heck am. Oh, I'm going to turn off my fan. Oh, off. While I'm up, I'm going to get a topper for my coffee. I didn't need a topper for my coffee, but I figure I had about 40% of a cup left. Lynn's got her coffee. 40% of a cup left. It already was past its peak heat. I mean, its peak heat is right when you pour it. At the beginning of my show, you'll often see me pulling my mug out of the microwave. People wonder why I'm microwaving my cup. Well, I like to heat my cup up, and the easiest way I do it is splash a little water in there and microwave it for 15 seconds. And heat my cup up that way. We've got a soccer fan, or should I call it football fan, asking if I prefer Man City or Liverpool. I kind of feel bad for a lot of the teams, and I don't watch football really. I mean, I did watch the World Cup, and I thought it was amazingly good this last time. But I don't watch them, and everyone out there seems to be a fan of Man City, which I think is Manchester, I think. I almost feel bad for all the other teams in that league, because that seems to be by far, that's like the Dallas Cowboys or New York Yankees of football. Yeah, Manchester. I don't even know where Manchester is. I don't know anything famous about Manchester except their football team. And, honestly, I was going to say Liverpool because that's where the Beatles are from. I wonder what Liverpool's like as a town. I wonder how many people live in Liverpool. I'm sure it's probably a working class community. Must have a whole lot of Beatles museums. I wonder if they have a fancy golf course that's on the British Open Rotunda. I think I played Muirfield, which is a British Open golf course over in Scotland. Like 1991. On like January 2nd with my brother Steve. And it was windy and rainy and icy and cold, and we were supposed to have a handicap below, I think like 14 or something, to play it. And the starter asked if our handicaps were okay, and we both said, "Oh yeah, they're just fine, thank you." And at the time, neither of us we were probably both like 18s or something like that. So we shouldn't have played it, but we did anyway. It's a neat experience and a neat memory, and I'm glad I played it. What was your best handicap in golf? It's funny you asked that. What was my best handicap? I don't know that I ever officially was. I would say, and I didn't actually have a handicap card, but I'd say at my best I might have been a 14 or something like that. At my best. I'd break 90 more often than I wouldn't. But now I can't break 100. And too often I would drink too much and throw tantrums and shoot a bad score. And although I took golf very seriously and played it a lot, and even bet on it a lot, I didn't ever, I don't know. I think 1 year I kept a handicap, an official handicap. How did I figure a 14 handicap? Was I ever under a 10? No, I wasn't under a 10. How did I figure a 14? Just playing with enough guys that would say. The way you figure it is you enter your scores into a computer. I'm sure there's an older way to do it because there's been handicaps around longer than computers. You enter your scores, and if you score a certain number on a hole, let's say a 10 on a par 5, you can't put a 10 under your scorecard, because then that would falsely inflate your handicap. And the reason they don't want you falsely inflating it is because you use it for wagering. And if you intentionally shoot a really big number on a hole, you could have a bigger handicap and get more strokes. So when you're betting, you're going to have an advantage. And that's what the handicap system is for. Betting. Jim Winthrop was a 4 about 10 years ago, but I recently had back fusion. I would imagine back fusion would not be good for golf. Sounds painful. I had a dream last night of a buddy I used to golf with who was probably a 10, really good athlete, good buddy of mine. And in the dream, his swing was even better than it was when we played last. And he told me, and it's what we're talking about, he told me his handicap was a 2. And I'm going, wow, you've really gotten good. That swing's great. You look so perfect. I was a little envious. Because I was picturing my swing, and it looked absolutely nothing like his. But again, it was just a dream. Let's have a little more coffee. Again, I was touching on it earlier, how I think, for me, sometimes my easier days or my easier periods in life, and again, I was a realtor 17 years, and as a realtor, you're self-employed, and you make your own decisions, and you set your own appointments, and you're not punching a clock. And I think a lot of times staying busy as a realtor was mentally taxing for me, because your goal was to generate more business every day and to set appointments and to go show houses and meet with sellers. And if you were having, say, 2 listing appointments a week, that was a pretty good number for me. And that was kind of always my target. And a listing appointment is when you meet with the seller and present yourself however you want to present yourself, and try and win the listing. I never really looked at it as winning the listing. And people would say good luck as you're heading off to a listing appointment. But I never really thought it was about luck. Maybe this was my introduction into faith. I figured if it was meant to be and they liked me and I liked them, I'd get the listing. And if they didn't, it wasn't meant to be. Billy Jenks says, I bet I was the best realtor. I mean, I tried hard. I wanted to be the best realtor. I don't know what it means to be the best realtor. Is the best realtor the one that sells the most homes? Or is the best realtor the one that loves their clients or takes care of their clients the most? I think most people would say the best realtor sells the most homes. And I'll tell you the key to the best realtor in my office. She was a woman, and she spent $50,000 a month doing radio spots in the Chicagoland area to get business. And she had to build up to that, and I'm not trying to begrudge her, and I did do a deal with her, and the whole deal was handled very professionally. But I think with practice, you get better. And if somehow, some way, you're able to spend that much in marketing, you're going to sell some homes. Yeah. Well, I have a relatable personality. I appreciate that. I'll tell you what, though. I wasn't comfortable using my relatable personality to try and get business. Hey, I'm nice and I'm fun to be with, so use me as a realtor. It's going to be great. I'm going to work real hard for you. Because they have people they know or better friends or what have you that are going to get the job done. And again, I don't want to go off on my real estate tangent. There was another point to this. Good morning, Sean. Is that I felt my job was to convince you to use me as a realtor. Because if you used me as a realtor, I would buy and sell a home, buy or sell a home. There's a sale because you used me. Lisa Smith says, she could write those advertising costs of business. Yeah, she certainly could, Lisa. So again, I'll tell you what, this is not a lie at all. We used to give training classes to other realtors, and various realtors of various experiences would give various training classes. And there was a guy in my office who sold a lot of homes and carried himself in a way that you'd think, wow, he's a good realtor. He moved into an area, and he knew there was a realtor that kind of farmed that area and had success. And he said to the class that he knew he could outspend her. So he was eventually going to get the neighborhood, win that neighborhood, and farm that neighborhood, and be the successful realtor in that neighborhood. He said, I will outspend you. And honestly, and I get a lot of guff from realtors because I kind of more open about the business than they'd like, but it's true. And I know I'm not saying it's easy, and I'm not saying they're overpaid, but this guy training a class said, I'm going to win this neighborhood because I'm going to outspend the other realtor. And that seems kind of weird to me. Yeah. I remember I was my first year in the real estate business. My broker had a billboard, and he was going to stop advertising on the billboard. And I barely sold a house at this time, but I knew the value of exposure, and was trying to put my face and name and sign on the billboard, thinking it would generate business. And even though I had no experience and hadn't sold any homes, you could pretend you did. You put your face on a billboard or send out mailers or do a radio spot, and suddenly people think you're a big successful realtor and end up using you. So again, I kind of thought it was a rat race and didn't love doing it. But anyway, my point was I was a realtor for a long time. And I think when we have a job to go do, after I left real estate, I started working at Super Target. I was a stock clerk. I'm a guy with a finance degree that's had various positions of various pay and authority in my career, but I didn't know what I was going to do after I left real estate. And I think a lot of realtors stick in because they don't know what they're going to do after they leave real estate either. It's a scary thought. You think about, hey, my friend, relative, people I know are going to be selling their house in the next couple of years. Those are almost guaranteed big commission checks. Can't leave now because somebody's going to move next year, or a bunch of people I know are going to move next year, and I'm going to make huge commission. So you stick in it year after year after year, and all of a sudden you're not 38 starting out in the business, but you're 53 and going, why am I still doing this? And then you stop. You don't sign up and you don't pay your MLS dues, which are $1,000 every year, or more than that actually. And you decide not to, and you say, I'm done with it. I don't want to do it anymore. Yes, there's occasional easy money, but there's so much heartbreak and frustration. I don't want to do it anymore. But then you sit around and you wonder how you're going to pay your bills. And the optimism that you had that, hey, I have a closing check in 3 weeks, it's going to cover all my financial responsibilities, is now gone because there's no longer that closing check. So you, not knowing what else to do, when I say you, I really mean me, go, hey, I like Super Target. That's a fun store. I need a job. I need money right away. And you go in and you apply and you start working there. And I cannot tell you how much I really enjoyed it for a long time. It felt so good going in, punching in at 7, knowing exactly what I had to do for the day and doing it and leaving at 3. I mean, there were problems to the job. There were certainly problems. I won't go into specifics. We'll touch on money was certainly one of them. wasn't enough to cover my financial responsibilities or keep a roof over my head, which, long story, brought me here. Um, but either way, it was good, and it felt productive, and it felt, I don't want to say mindless. I went to the same super Target the other day, and I went to my aisle. It was a cereal aisle, and it honestly looked beautiful. It looked beautiful. It was zoned, and almost most of the boxes were pulled all the way out to the front, and the inventory was all filled. And I looked at it with some pride, but also some sadness because it looked beautiful, and I hadn't worked there in a year. So somebody cared on that cereal aisle enough to have it look in the way that I thought it should look. Kind of felt like a proud papa watching his baby grow up and go off to college. That cereal aisle looked good. But anyway, I woke this morning and realized I'm currently waiting tables and have been for about 3 months, 4 months maybe now. Because I've learned that waiting tables can be fairly lucrative, and it's social, and it's kind of fun in a lot of ways. But the schedule isn't 9 to 5, and you don't work, or at least I haven't worked into a routine where I know exactly what days I'm working. And I had off Sunday and Monday, and honestly felt ready to go back to work today. Good morning, Chip. I felt ready to go back to work today. And I'm not scheduled. And I need the money. I could use the money, and I'm still training at this new restaurant I'm working at. But I think the bigger issue was, for me, was the hole that was in my day, and the feeling of, okay, how do I fill this? I'm not working from 4 till 11 tonight, and I got to make this day as productive as possible without a job to go to, and a boss to tell me what to do, and customers to take care of, and food to run, and drinks to bring, and what have you. So I laid in bed this morning and was a little going, gosh darn, I wish I was working. That would fill my day. It would guarantee income. It would make me feel productive. It would make me feel like I'm having a great day, not even having to be creative to do it. But then again, I thought my mission on this day is to find a purpose for it and find a meaning without a boss or a job to go to. And whether it's getting rest or seeing my babies, or I'd say working out, but I worked out yesterday, or editing videos, or building my social media platform, or I don't know, maybe just something as little as making somebody smile that I wouldn't have come across if I was at my job, might be all the meaning it needs. And maybe that'd be enough. And maybe I gotta lighten up and give it away and give those responsibilities and those anxieties and those worries that I'm not enough, or I'm not doing enough, or what the hell am I going to do today, or how am I going to conquer the world today. Maybe put all those feelings down a little bit, and those worries and those anxieties down, and just enjoy the heck out of my day without any great plans or great purpose at this moment. So let's drink a little more coffee. But I am 56, and I have been growing my social media platforms for quite some time. And I would like to put in some quality work and post some cool videos. And somebody said maybe a second part-time job. I tell you what, I don't know how you would schedule multiple part-time jobs. I don't know how you'd schedule multiple part-time jobs. Honestly, hey, look at that. WLR sent a relaxed goose. Send me another one. That was fun. I like that relaxed goose. I don't know how, and it might cost too much. I'd appreciate it, WLR. I know you're spending money to send funny things on my head, but I appreciate that. I've never gotten a relaxed goose. I've gotten a lot of funny things. Not in a while. I mean, I guess I haven't been going live on TikTok. I almost forgot it could happen. Suddenly I had a relaxed goose on my head. It's hard not smiling when you have a relaxed goose on my head. RJ's asking if I remember the cowboy hat. I certainly do. And I was holding Augie in one of my lives. And we both got one with a little mustache. And I have a picture of that somewhere. Somebody, you somehow the powers of TikTok know to put a hat on the head of me, the content creator, or anybody in the audience or in the video. And I was holding my little son, Augie, and somebody sent a cowboy hat, and both of us had one. And it was pretty cute. Wonder how Augie would look with a relaxed goose on his head. I bet he'd look pretty cute. Oh. About the second part-time job, I think I'd struggle to schedule it. And honestly, between the things I'm doing right now, I feel I'm on the go quite a bit. Hanging with my babies, my kids, work in the restaurant, which is tiring, editing these videos, and I think I need to learn to be okay with it. I think financially my long-term plan is to make content creation work somehow. Grow my audience and make a difference, and have it be what it is when I want to grow up, or what I do when I grow up. If that makes sense. Probably didn't make sense, but bear with me. I'm just drinking my coffee. And I think I can. Like a lot of things in life, we want it to grow quicker, or we think it should grow quicker, or we hope for something else. But if we look at it where it is and where it was, we see progress. And again, one of my favorite quotes is, doesn't matter how fast you're moving as long as you're moving forward. Yeah. You certainly would need two firm schedules, RJ. And you don't have a firm schedule waiting tables. You don't have a firm schedule waiting tables. And I'll tell you what, when you close a restaurant at midnight, waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning for your second job, I don't like the sound of that at all. So I better focus on producing quality video content and growing my audience. And so I especially appreciate that relaxed goose. And for anybody that follows the Live Creator and helping me grow my social media audience one person at a time, I really appreciate you. Because this is what I'd like to do. And again, I think I've had enough bumps and bruises along my own little journey that I can share them. And hopefully, I don't know, you guys to maybe miss a couple of the pitfalls I've fallen in, or get some motivation to go work out, or some understanding that we all go through struggles, and that your struggles, or whatever you're facing with, or your challenges, it's okay to have them. It's okay to hurt. It's okay to cry. But the best thing you can do is pull yourself back up and go at it again. And if I can inspire somebody out there to take a licking and keep on ticking, it feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. Oh. But it's Tuesday morning. I've got a hot pot of coffee in front of me. Got at least a couple hours of quiet time, which might be watching CNBC, editing some videos, posting some videos, growing my audience. And other than that, my main goal would be to love on my two little ones as much as I can today, and maybe take them to the park, take them on a nice walk, and cuddle with them. But other than that, it's a free day, and whether my day is filled with rest or meditation or exercise or enjoying the sunshine or doing nothing at all, I'm going to do my best to enjoy this day, and I'm excited about my day, and I hope you're excited about your day as well. I hope you're enjoying your coffee. I hope your week started off real well yesterday. Hope you're feeling good. I hope you're living in the moment, because the one thing I struggle with, and everything I'm just talking about right now, is thinking too far ahead and worrying what I'm going to do at 7 o'clock tonight, because I won't be waiting tables. And if we bring ourselves back to the moment and realize that we're sitting on a nice chair with a nice cup of coffee, doing something I really enjoy to do, those thoughts, those unknowns, those questions, and those wonders and those anxieties kind of go to the back burner. And, you feel okay. And it's nice to feel okay. But I appreciate you. And again, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day today. Hope you had a great, great night's sleep last night. Hope you're excited about your day. Hope you are living in the moment. Hope if you are new to my page that you subscribe, please. And I really do appreciate you and want to thank you for joining. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you are loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.